Hello, hello. Sorry, I muted my phone. And so welcome again to another episode of Conversations with MM. This is Marivir Montibon here in New York and hope you're doing well this Monday. It's the first day of the week. So I hope you're gearing up for a lovely day. It's quite a lovely day. It's sunny and it's not very cold. It's not so bad. So this is the third and last of our series of my Cebu vacation. And guess what is my takeaway? One of the highlight is swimming with the butanding. Look at my shirt. I bought this in Oslob, and so I'm so happy that I was able to do some wild thing, something beyond my comfort zone, because we went to the deep and swam with the huge whale sharks of Cebu, the butanding. So let me show this to you. Okay, enjoy. So that's our adventure in Tanawan, Oslob. It's the southern part of the province of Cebu. And so we woke up so early. My team was with Don Tagala of ABS-CBN, also the president of the Film Press Club, and my friend Emma and my sister Joanne and my three nieces, Jasmine, Julian, and Carmela. And would like to thank our driver, si Manong, and our guide, si Manong Rico, who was so accommodating and who was up so early. We woke up at 2 o'clock and then we headed out to the south at 3 a.m. So, sleepy, katulugon pa kami. And when we reached Tanawan, we immediately booked for our number to be part of the day's adventure. So we were number 81 and we paid 500 pesos each for each one of us who wanted to go into the water. So that was fun. We had breakfast and then we waited for 3 hours indeed. And the funny thing was, we had no camera that was with us when we went underwater. So my nieces, they all plunged into the water. They enjoyed it. Even little Carmela, who's 5 years old, like, I want to go into the water. And then so she jumped. No fear. I was the last to jump. And it was wavy. Our time was very balud, wavy. So nevertheless, it was safe because we had our life jackets. But I think the more enjoyable part was my brother who went there and with his family the week before, so you could see very nice pictures of them nga nilangoy gyud sila with the butanding, and the water was kind of behaving. And also kudos to their photographer, a local photographer who took pictures of them while they were swimming really side by side with the butanding. Lami kay ang feeling. But of course, I felt apprehensive. Kay basin mga kapoy ng mga butanding ba? Because you can see there's so many people. But actually, they're very social, and the fisher folk were very serious and strict in telling us na dili gud ninyo hikapon, and you should not wear lotion because it will create some chemical reaction in the water, and the whale sharks would not like that, and they would feel weird or sick with all those chemicals on our skin. So everybody's discouraged to wear lotion. So muna ang mga several protocols that the locals are trying to enforce. And only up to 12 noon ra gyud mo swim with the butanding, so that they don't get perhaps annoyed or tired with seeing or swimming with so many people within that given area. So ano lang yun, 7 a.m. hanggang noon time. So that was my greatest takeaway in my vacation. Of course, other than seeing my friends and my family, the butanding was really an experience. And shout out also, because I have a special memory. Kasi when Nikki and I walked a few blocks towards the consulate, I told her, nanak, manguli ganit kag Cebu, mo langoy ta og with the butanding. And so it is a dream come true, pero wala si anak, wala si Nikki, and I felt nostalgic again. I felt sad again. And the funny thing was, there was a pawikan that swam also along with the sharks, and of course we thought that, because Nikki would regard herself as like turtles, like, that's Ate Nikki swimming with us. That's me, my heart, so longing for my daughter. I know she's in heaven and enjoying watching me on vacation in Cebu. And there's a lot more. I would like to share with you very punchy lines of our hoteliers in Cebu, young enterprising hoteliers of the Bluewater Maribago and the Palmgrass, the Cebu Heritage Hotel. They have a lot to share, and I extracted punchy lines from them in my longer version of our interview, of our conversation. So let me share this with you. Like, this a very interesting take on how Miss Agripina Guivelondo and her team survived the pandemic. Let's take a listen.
And so before the pandemic, of course, we earned a lot. So there was a time that the stockholders would no longer fund our expenses.
So you're on your own?
Yes, there was a time before the pandemic, but the pandemic happened.
So you also had to grapple for
we need
survival.
To adjust, and we need to think that the team needed to think of ways to survive even with the pandemic. And we had food delivery, Aptik Paskilak food delivery at the time. And then we thought of how to get the local market, because before the pandemic, our market, number one market, were the domestic tourists, those outside of Cebu City who would come here. And of course, we had also our foreign market, foreign tourists. So we were only now concentrating on Cebu island market because of the border controls. No one can come here. So, and then also, aside from that, in the early part of the pandemic, there were also those who were returning OFWs, but later we were not able to get them anymore because we were made to choose. Would we be a leisure hotel, or would we accept those for leisure, or would we be a quarantine hotel? And we chose not to be a quarantine hotel. So we really had, and then of course our heritage events continued, and we found out that with our heritage events, we are able to have more guests. And
So can you imagine that? It was a time for quick innovation, for quick action. So congratulations, Miss Guivelondo and your team for really sustaining your presence during the pandemic. It's hard, but the triumph of the human spirit is always there, and so all the best. And now she said that it's getting better after the pandemic, and the restrictions are already being eased. So keep on keeping on, and ladies and gentlemen, Cebu is an old place in the Philippines. In fact, it is the seat of Catholicism because it was in my motherland that the Catholic faith was really first implanted. And so Cebu is rich in natural resources, good beaches. It is also rich in history. And I'd like to share this with you. And so that when you visit Cebu, you would appreciate the history of the Philippines right smack in that middle of the Philippines, Cebu City. No, sorry, this is not the one. This is here. So there you go. Some things never change in Cebu. These are the cultural heritage that we inherit from. So I was able to visit churches, the Santo Niño, the Basilica del Santo Niño, the Carmelite Monastery, and the Iglesia Filipina Independiente. And as you come of age, it's really, you appreciate your religious tradition, but then you realize that it's more on the faith that really matters. It is what powers you to be able to survive the trials of life. But then you look back and appreciate how you have been given those traditions, and how your older people, your parents, grandparents, have helped you hone that tradition that has evolved into being faithful. And also shout out to my school, my college, my university, the University of San Carlos and Colegio de la Inmaculada Concepcion, for that education, for the self-discipline that has been inculcated in me, in us. But then again, you grow into beyond being educated to being ethical. So I have so much gratitude in my heart for my teachers and my alma mater as a whole for honing these values. And speaking of tradition and heritage, then I go back to our conversation with Miss Agripina Guivelondo, who is, I call her the queen of Cebu's heritage revival. And so um, let you listen to this.
Society.
Mhm.
So I remember historian Dr. Michael Colonnane. He was here during the soft opening of Bangras in 2016. We had our grand opening in 2017. So he went around the hotel and he said, this hotel is a monument. So actually, I showed him that our wallpaper contained the bio sketches from his book, Arenas of Conspiracy and Rebellions. He made bio sketches of about 200 or more leaders of the Cebu 1898 revolution. And then we got the description of his from his bio sketch for the floors, where those names also were mentioned in his book. And he said, I want to come back here and I would like to find out if history sells. And then I would say that history would sell or heritage would sell. It was, we found that even the young people who helped us in making content, they were so excited to know about the history, and they were also very excited to make content, use their talent to retell the story of our heroes, even the children.
Yes, indeed. And you can see that if you only tap into the creative and in the imaginative recesses of young people, of children, they will buy into history. So again, my value is you have to be rooted, and you only get rooted when you know your history. And so kudos, Miss Agripina Givelondo and Palmgrass, for doing what you're doing. And so, other than that, there are so many takeaways that I get, and I realize that hoteliers, the young ones, Agripina and Dom Ugarte of the Bluewater, Maribago, they value heritage. They also value the effort of the workers. That is the staying power of Bluewater, Maribago. Let's listen to
So,
this.
last question before we wrap up. What is the edge of Maribago
Yeah, well,
here in Mactan?
well, aside from us being in the industry for such a long time, it's our sprawling rooms are like a cottage type. You know, and our Filipino, our
Ambience.
Filipino ambience and Filipino service. So we really emphasize in Filipino. So some places are already high rise,
Yeah.
So we still like to have nature and
This is what we need, like blended
Yeah.
talaga,
Yeah.
actually.
nature and really Filipino roots. So
Consistent,
food will be
yeah.
Filipino, or the rooms inside should have a Filipino touch. Really,
Amazing.
that's
So-
really our edge. Number one, of course, is the service, is our employees.
Mhm.
So we make sure that our employees give like the best customer, satisfaction to our customers as well. So we take pride in that. So it's really the employees that make the place.
Amazing.
See, it's really the employees that make a place. So I love that quote from Dom. And so there you go. I had personal experience how very warm and supportive and caring Filipino Cebuano hotel workers are. So kudos to them. I couldn't be so touched and couldn't be so grateful for their warmth because wala na sa laing lugar sa kalibutan. It's, you find that in the Philippines, and that is the edge of Filipinos in this industry and in our culture as well. So let me close by showing you this video with all my gratitude to the workers of the hotels that have been staying in Cebu. So take a look at this, and you will see what Dom and Agripina share. Take a look.
Okay, listen. Mauli ato ang tropical fruit platter with mango and yellow watermelon and banana.
Nami na no, nami kay na.
Kay ni ma'am.
Natural.
Gusto kayo.
Di ka na sa inyong garden?
From the garden.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Melmar.
You're welcome.
There you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I'd like to give a big shout out to my friend Steph Tobes, who is in Cebu, and Chona Minyosa. They're my high school friends. Chona is back in Canada, and we had a wonderful time at the Candaya Resort at the and also at the Golden Sands in Daan Bantayan, which is up north. So that's about it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed watching. And just a little reminder that during the middle of the year or July, there is going to be a very important Pinoy tour, which is put together by the Department of Tourism and Raja Tours. Mrs. Dading Clemente and Jojo Clemente, they are at the helm of this project. And so you are all invited to join, and we will send you the details afterwards. But take a look at where you are going to enjoy in the middle of the year. Okay, so there you go. It's on July 14 to 24. You're visiting Manila, Boracay, and Iloilo. So take note of that and go to the Facebook page of the Very Important Pinoy for details. So that's about it. Enjoy your week, ladies and gentlemen, and always keep safe, always keep warm, and always be happy. See you again in another episode of ours.